Welcome once again to Spotlight Indian River. I enjoy having guests on the show to really give the Indian River County citizenry an opportunity to see some of the great things that are happening right here in their own community. So that's very important. I get comments throughout the community about this show saying it's very positive, gives some things to think about, some things they haven't thought about, but the main thing is to try to steer up some more energy toward more positive feedback instead of so much negative. We have enough negative. Social media takes care of that and other media sources, but we need to talk about the great things that are happening. And I just happen to have with me today Dr. Lillian Torrez Martinez. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Glad to have you.
It's always a pleasure.
Because I see how we can begin to enlighten and educate the general public about what each entity is doing. It can't be an all-school district task to educate our kids. It can't be an all-church. It can't be all community at large. It can't be all family. It has to be a unified effort, what you say, in helping to make sure that that child get the best education possible.
Well, yes, that's very important. It's very important that we work and collaborate as a community. So it's not just one single entity or anybody working in silos. Mm-hmm. It's everybody working together for the well-being of all our children and the well-being mm-hmm. for the community at large. Because mm-hmm. if our children are doing great, the community is going to do great in the long run.
It's amazing that you mentioned that. I was thinking the same thought, how important it is for us to make sure that those children, which is that seedling, that little seedling.
Correct.
And it reminds me of some of my Sunday school teachings, and as I was coming up as a kid, this story simply amazed me when I heard about this 3 different seeds. And each one of those seeds fell on different types of ground.
Correct.
One fell on sandy ground, one fell on rocky ground,
correct.
And one fell on fertile ground.
Correct.
And it's amazing how my Sunday school teacher helped me to see that your life is that same type of seed. It needs to be placed in a nurturing environment, and that's been the fertile ground. But if it falls on rocky ground, it's probably going to die. If it falls on sandy ground, your chances may be 50-50. But we want to make sure that the chances for our youth in the Indian River County School District is not 50-50. It's not 10-90, but in other words, the best that it can be.
Fertile soil.
Fertile soil.
And we're the ones that have to make that happen.
Exactly. And sometimes I may have to bring the water as a parent. Sometimes you may have to bring the water and fertilizer as a school district.
Correct. Sometimes
churches will just encourage it. And I want to talk about something that goes hand in hand. I was so impressed with the event at Vero Beach Elementary.
Oh, that was awesome.
Wasn't that off the chain?
Off the hook,
yeah.
Yes.
And here I was standing there, and as these kids came around the corner, and as they were walking toward me, and I told myself, get on their level. So I've been down a 6'2" gentleman, and I was getting high five down low, and they were just hitting every hand.
Oh my God, it was amazing. I mean, people were in tears.
Yes.
I still get the chills thinking about it.
Yes.
Because it's just giving hope to kids, community, teachers, and that's what we're all about.
That's what it's all about. We're going to take a break, and we're going to come back and talk a little bit more about it. I know we're going to get to code of conduct, and get to lifting up event coming up, but this is good.
I know.
We're going to take a break and come right back and talk more about this exciting Kids in Hope program that we were a part of a couple of days ago. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
The fun is happening at Vero Social Club on North US 1, where friends meet for bingo every Tuesday and Thursday. Doors open at 10, with luncheon served, and the games begin at noon. Then Vero Social Club opens up the dance floor Thursday nights for social dancing. And weekends, Vero Social Club eats up. Check the website for Latin night special events. And each Sunday, dance to hip-hop all night long. Go to VeroSocialClub.com. Vero's #1 party destination. Vero Social Club, 7500 North US 1. One-of-a-kind videos, unique perspectives, original programming, only on Buzz TV Network. Spread the word and tell a friend.
We're back once again, and we were just bubbling over here.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
The program, no, it's not a program. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I'm sorry.
not.
It's not a program.
It's a philosophy.
It's a philosophy, and that's the mindset. You have to change the mindset, how you think about these different initiatives. So this Kids and Hope program was at Vero Beach Elementary, and about 750 kids, I was told, go to that school.
Correct.
So we had those kids to come through there and high-fiving, and the Kids and Hope simply says that every child can and will succeed with no exceptions. And I love that.
Yeah.
So the school district has bought in Gifford Youth Achievement. We already bought in also. And I walk around and tell people I'm a treasure hunter.
That's right, so am I.
Yeah, they say, what do you mean by that? I'm a treasure hunter because inside of that child there's potential, there's treasure, and I'm going to help that individual find it, and we're going to make it grow, and they're going to be successful in life.
And that's so awesome. And not only Gifford Youth Activity Center did it, so we have several schools that have done it.
Okay.
The most recent one was the one we experienced, Vero Beach Elementary.
So the concept is spreading.
Yes. And it's supported by the Executive Roundtable. All the people, all the executives in town are really behind our schools supporting this effort, and that's where we started. So I totally appreciate the collaboration and the efforts, because that has made, we were talking about that fertile grounds.
Yeah, exactly.
If you have everybody wanting to nurture that and water that and fertilize that, then you're going to have really good results.
I can't recall the city. I had an email sent to me, and someone asked me, does this look similar? There was 100 African American men, but later on, others say it didn't have to be all African American. Let it be people, period. They had 204 people in this town, either Atlanta, Georgia, or one of these cities, that they did exactly the same thing we did at Vero Beach Elementary that day. They didn't call it the Tunnel of Hope, but still they did the same thing for them. 2 lines, and the kids came in, but they were standing outside. As the kids got off the bus, every child came through that line high-fiving.
Yeah, well, regardless. And you're giving hope, and you're telling the children, we are here to support you. We believe in you. You will be successful.
Would you say that's a new message going out to some children? Some children haven't had an opportunity to hear that because whatever the family situation may be, I'm not going to try to target any one family, but I am saying that some kids, parents have to work, and they're not there to encourage, look over homework, not to just say have a great day, kiss on the cheek. None of that exists. So this Kids and Hope, and in the Hope Tunnel, or Tunnel of Hope rather, give that child that opportunity to be appreciated.
Absolutely, to recognize that you do have the potential, and that we're all here to give you hope, to send you, to support you, and to make sure that you succeed, because there are no exceptions to success. So it doesn't matter when the way you're living. If you really have one person in your life that helps you see through that and gives you hope, you will be successful.
You will be.
If you have that one person.
That's right.
So we all, if we all become treasure hunters and say we're going to help a child, we could do that.
Right. We're going to take another break and come back. I tell you, I'm excited because what I saw there at Vero Beach Elementary, and I'm excited about what we're going to do in the future to make sure that every child has the opportunity to be successful. Great. We're going to take another break, and we'll come back and talking to Dr. Lillian Torrez Martinez. Stay tuned.
Stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics in downtown Vero Beach. Owner Patty Callahan prints it all, from color and black and white copies to blueprints, banners, signs, prints of paintings, and fine art. Patty makes restorations and creates outstanding graphic designs. Call Patty at 770-1521 or stop by Patty's Printing and Graphics at 2345 14th Avenue. Stop by for all of your printing needs at Patty's Printing and Graphics, across from the old railroad station in downtown Vero Beach.
Attention! This is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or even death. Call Jacoby & Myers today. You may be entitled to compensation. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled.
Please call 800-378-0160.
Spotlight in the River. Our spotlight today is on the Indian River County School District, and we're going to talk about some topics that will help to enhance the knowledge of parents on different types of approaches, different formats, different codes. And I know it must be confusing to some parents, because with parents with children is confusing. Young parents just getting kids in the school may be confusing, but here's where our school district and other professionals come in. So with shows like this and outreach opportunities that you will have through the school district, you'll get clarity on a lot of instances when you wouldn't otherwise have the opportunity. So just listen up. We have something else. We just talked about our great initiative, Kids at Hope, because we don't talk about kids at risk. But we also
Correct.
talk about what placed those kids at risk. Why were they saying they were at risk? Was it because of their inabilities to learn in a certain style? Was it their inability to have a supportive cast around them as family members, as friends, as neighbors? What was missing that had society in the past labeling kids as kids at risk? Now we're removing that kids at risk and we're saying kids at hope. What are the things we're infusing into their lives now that makes a difference? Let's talk about that.
Well, we in the system, one of the things that we're doing is bringing the message, and like you said before, changing that mindset. So it's not kids at risk. All kids are at hope. We have hope that all kids, regardless of any risk variables that may exist in the children's life, they have hope. There's no such thing as a kid not being able to surpass all that if they're provided with the supports that they need. One of the things, and we will continue talking about Vero Beach Elementary, we just had that huge celebration. Well, there is going to be, in collaboration with Lifting Life Up of Indian River County, which was formerly Harvest Food and Outreach, they are going to be providing some training for parents to help parents. So we work directly with children, but our schools also many times involve the school, the community, and the parents. So right now it's a collaborative effort with the community to bring some learning styles and talk to parents about how their children learn. If you have one or two kids, usually you'll find yourself saying, well, Johnny didn't do the same things that Rosie did at the same time. They're different.
Right.
And so because children have different learning styles. So one of the things that Vero Beach Elementary is doing is they're bringing some help, and there'll be dinner provided, which is very, very good. It's going to be.
Dads know how to cook.
It's Tuesday, February 23rd, from 5:30 to 7:30. Dinner provided for the families of Vero Beach Elementary in collaboration with Lifting Up of Indian River County, and they are going to talk to you about different methods and things that schools do and things that you could do at home, tell you about the different types of learning styles children may have, so that you could probably work either with the school or with your child, or just have an awareness. It's not always for the parent to do the work, but when the parent has the awareness, does the child need a little more time? Does the child need a different space to be working, doing their homework? Do I have to communicate more with the teacher? Do they need manipulatives? Do they need different colors? I mean, there's a lot of things that involve, do they need a lot of repetition for the learning style? So there's a lot of different learning styles, and we want to talk to the parents and want to inform them so that they could be aware and develop this awareness of being able to support their children in whatever way they can.
Okay, we're going to take another break because this is important. I don't want to brush over it. I want to talk a little bit more about it. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come right back and dive right back into this subject matter. Stay tuned.
If you or someone you love is suffering from addiction to drugs or alcohol, National Rehab Recovery has an important message for you. Each year, we lose hundreds of thousands of our family members and loved ones to drug and alcohol-induced causes. If you have insurance or the ability to pay for 30 days of treatment, National Rehab Recovery can change your life. Medicare and Medicaid are not accepted at this time. The call and confidential consultation is free.
1-800-577-5446. The Furniture Man is a locally owned business that has served the needs of the community of Vero Beach and Indian River County for over 30 years. Here at the Furniture Man, we offer fine pieces to furnish each and every room of your home. Specializing in Floridian style, come browse our selection of bedroom, dining room, patio, and living room. Come explore over 10,000 square feet of showroom where you can find mattresses, recliners, sofas, dining, and more. Visit us at 673 US 1 in Vero Beach, Monday through Saturday for all of your furniture needs.
We have as our guest today Dr. Lillian Torrez Martinez. She's with the Indian River County School District. And just for information's sake, tell them exactly what is your position and what are your responsibilities?
Well, responsibilities, we will be here all the afternoon, but
well,
our position, Director of Student Services, and our department tries to look at the whole child and all the other services that they may need to really benefit from instruction in the classroom. Okay. So whether they're related services, whether they're health services, the Code of Conduct falls under, and we're going to talk about that a little later, discipline and working with the schools to help level the playing field so children could really benefit from services at the school, what the teacher is doing in the classroom. So you may be talking about physical health, you may be talking about mental health, you may be talking about social services, you may be talking about bringing in additional supports for the schools, but most importantly, in our community, working with the community. I think it's a really, really big piece of it because we are in a community that has so many support services for our students that if we streamline them and bring them all together, our children are just going to benefit so much more.
That's great. That's great. So community is key, and I like what you said. You look at nurturing that child in a holistic point of view. You're looking at not just the physical, not just the mental, not anyone, but the whole gamut, so that you can analyze and come up with a good working plan for that individual child.
Exactly.
So that's great.
So we look at the whole school, but then we all go all the way deep down into doing that individual problem solving if there is a problem, or that individual support for that child.
You mentioned the word manipulatives.
Yes.
And you spoke of that when you were talking about the school, the community, and you were talking about the P was I think it was programs, but anyway, all the partnerships between, because this learning style is coming from
let me just show the flyer.
Exactly.
So learning styles, what they're going to do through UP and Vero Beach Elementary is actually talk to parents about different learning styles for their children. And children learn differently. I mean, some children are very active and very kinesthetic. Some children need manipulative things that they use their hands, that they're actually doing to be able to grasp the concept. In addition to that, and not to get too far into it, but there's different stages of the learning process. So you first have to do things. So in a classroom, a teacher does. Then the student, she does it together with the student, and then they do it separately. So it's I do, we do, you do. And they give those different types of example. But especially if you remember your days back in math, remember we used to count with things and try to figure out things. Those are manipulatives. If you go into science and you're actually doing things to be able to learn and understand the concept, you're using your senses. So you use your visual, you use your auditory, you use your hands. By doing, learn by doing.
So this particular word in this state is a positive word. Before in the criminal world, manipulate means something negative. We'll be right back after these messages. Stay tuned.
For more than 30 years, Bay Street Pharmacy has been your neighborhood pharmacy and one-stop healthcare center, offering prompt personal service, home delivery, and a dedicated staff that treats our customers like family with care and compassion. Bay Street Pharmacy, where caring people care for you.
We're back once again, and I tell you, I'm being educated on some terminology that really helps me to understand. It's almost, Dr. Martinez, in my mind, I see where children learn differently as far as the educational process. They also learn differently as far as the physical body itself, because my 3 kids learn to walk at different months.
Exactly.
One started at 8 months and one was 1 year. The same thing for talking. So I had to understand that I couldn't put pressure on the second one because they didn't learn to walk as the first one, or neither can put pressure on the third one because she didn't learn how to talk as quick as the first one. So it's so many factors from the physical standpoint.